Hello, viewers. It's Kiramager from School Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from a segment called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, then you should go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Kiramager. Let's get into the latest episode of Kiramager. So basically, the episode starts off like this: we see a group of women, just walking by from school, and all of a sudden they saw a bunch of people running out of the building somewhere, and out of nowhere they was turned into marshmallows. Turns out it was because of the new marksman on the new marksman lieutenant that Kiramager made, because that his name is Marshmallow because his head looks like a marshmallow. So basically, this marksman lieutenant named Marshmallow is turning people into marshmallows to get, and still, to gather more negative energy, to get, to open that gate to bring the Mock Beast monster, to Earth and shit. So basically, that's how it works. Usually, like, these marksman monsters try to cause, put people in panic, does all these things people to gather negative energy. That way they can send their Mock Beast monsters to, that's the power that the bad guys need to send their monsters to Earth and shit like that. So anyway, the Kiramager showed up, the five-man Kiramager showed up, and they was kind of like, what type of marksman are you? So basically, the marksman Marshmallow was like, I was created by Kiramager, so after he previously engaged you Kiramager, previous engagement with you Kiramager. So basically, Kiramager got assessed how marshmallows taste, and so therefore he made me and whatnot. So anyway, the Kiramager was like, all right, again. So out of nowhere, we see Takamichi showed up, came flying in with his shiny breaker, he's like, he was about to ready to fight, and all of a sudden, when he stared at Marshmallow, he started to froze up and like a little kid, and he was just he just kept on saying marshmallow over again, like he was scared of the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant. So anyway, the Kiramager's morphed up, set for Takamichi. Takamichi just stood there while the Kiramager's battled the marksman Yonohan lieutenant Marshmallow. So basically, every time the Kiramager's attacked, tried to attack Marshmallow, the attacks always Marshmallow's body reflected their attack right back at them. So basically, the Kiramager got easily defeated by Marshmallow because his body was able to absorb their attacks and send them right back at him. So basically, Marshmallow took all the people that he turned into marshmallows, put them in the jar, and got away from the Kiramager. So basically, like the Kiramager was like, what the hell? That marshmallow guy made me look silly, but he so is a tough. He's so tough, and he won't be hard to beat. And that's when Sugar was like, what the hell was wrong with you, Takamichi? You were staying there this whole time. Why didn't you help us? hopeless, fight that marksman lieutenant. And Takamichi said, "Cause I have a trauma against marshmallows." And the kid is like, "What?" so basically, meanwhile back at the bad guys' headquarters somewhere I believe somewhere in space, or maybe in a different galaxy, somewhere in space, I believe. So anyway, Carl was very pleased at his latest marksman lieutenant. He was able to defeat the Kiramager very easily and whatnot, and he was eating a bag. Carl watched the whole thing where Marshmallow was easy was defeated the Kiramager very easily without breaking a sweat. So anyway, but Gardner was like, like it is that Marshmallow, marksman lieutenant, it's impressive, but still, let's not get cocky here. Those Kiramagers are very resourceful. But Carl was like, eating a bag of marshmallows, like, don't worry, don't worry, I don't think the Kiramagers the Kiramagers might have a hard time taking down Marshmallow. So basically, I'm not too worried about that. So anyway, meanwhile, back at CARE headquarters, they went back at the headquarters, the kid, so basically, once again, the kid is asking Takamichi, like, why you have a trauma against marshmallows. So basically, that's what Mayu explained. 30 years ago, a girl gave him a back, 30 years ago, back when Takamichi was in high school, a girl gave him a bag of marshmallows for White Day. Now, if you're not White Day is a holiday. It's a Japanese holiday that that you give a gift to a person that you admire and shit like that. It's sort of like Valentine's Day. So basically, blah. So basically, White Day you give a person that you admire or you respect or that you love, a gift. So basically, the girl gave Takamichi a bag of marshmallows. So basically, Takamichi was like, he was not expecting getting a gift was not expecting getting a gift. So basically, like, he accepted the gift, and to be nice, he accepted the girl's gift, etc. So anyway, Takamichi. So basically, when after Takamichi got the bag of marshmallows, him and his homies were in a classroom, was in an empty classroom, talking about, Takamichi was talking, so after he got the bag of marshmallows, him and his homies was in an empty classroom talking about the gift of marshmallows. So basically, Takamichi is like, this girl, I believe, who has a crush on me, gave me this bag of marshmallows. Don't get me wrong, I think the gift is nice, but I just don't like her like that. So basically, like, so basically the homies are like, we're talking to his friends in the classroom, but unaware, the girl who gave him the marshmallows overheard their conversation, and she had her feelings as he heard the conversation, and because of that, Takamichi hurt her feelings. So anyway, before he had a chance to apologize for her, the next, he got affected by the Kirame Stone, and he got affected by the Mon Stone, and that's when he left Earth. So basically, he didn't get the opportunity 30 years ago to apologize for hurting the girl's feelings. So basically, over the conversation, he was talking to his friends about her. So basically, blah blah blah. So anyway. So Sato was like, all you need to do to get over your marshmallow trauma is to return a favor to her, and and apologize to that girl, Makiko. So basically, the girl that gave Takamichi the marshmallow, a bag of marshmallows as a gift, 30 years ago in high school, is now a violinist or not. So basically, Seda is basically she was saying that all you need to get over your marshmallow trauma is to make a bad if you apologize to her and give her a bag a homemade marshmallows, maybe you can get over your marshmallow trauma. So anyway, Takamichi was like, it's been 30 years, so basically, and plus, I bet, plus she probably won't want to see me after 30 years and after the things I said about her, and plus I had to go look for Kiramager stones. So basically, Sato took Takamichi's morpher and gave it to Sato, and said that Sato and Shigeru can look for go to the area and look for a Kiramager stone while we help you make some marshmallows to get to that girl that you may cry 30 years ago and say you're sorry. So anyway, Shigeru and Sato went to the location, went to a location, and King Oran's book to look for a Kiramager stone using the tracking system of Takamichi's morpher. So anyway, they managed to find a location of another new Kiramager stone using the power, and they used the tiny breaker to dig that Kiramager stone out. So basically, Shigeru and Sato was able to find a new Kiramager stone to add to the other Kiramager stones and whatnot. Meanwhile, the others just finished making a batch of homemade marshmallows, and to help Takamichi to get to the girl that she to apologize to the girl and whatnot. So anyway, but Takamichi accidentally put one tray of marshmallows in the freezer instead of the refrigerator. So basically, the tray of marshmallows that he put into the freezer got frozen. So basically, like Joe and the others were like, you should have paid. You don't put marshmallows in the freezer. You supposed to put them when you make your marshmallows, you supposed to sit in the refrigerator, not the freezer. So basically, Joe accidentally dropped the tray of frozen marshmallows, and that's when Taro had the idea. So that's when Tomoto, aka Kiramager, had the idea how to beat the marshmallow Young Lieutenant. So anyway, Seda and Takamichi were going to visit Chemical and make sure that that Takamichi apologized for his, for what he said 30 years ago to Akiko. So, but Toto said like, I'm gonna stay here, and Jerry said I'm also gonna stay here just in case the marshmallow guy shows up again and starts to attack the city. So blah blah blah. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere else in the city, the marshmallow Young Lieutenant showed up and started to attack people and started to turn people in the area into marshmallows. So basically, Shigeru and Sato showed up in the ranger form and started to and started to fight Marshmallow. But just like they say, they attacked this bounce bite or awesome Marshmallow, and that's when Joe showed up. He's like, and tried to help Sugar and Sato, but but Marshmallow had the upper hand against the three Kirramagers, and that's when and so basically that's when so basically turns out that Sato and Takemichi was in the same area where the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant was attacking and turning people into marshmallows to go visit Kimiko. So anyway, and that's when Toru showed up. He said that, and said I had the solution how to beat this guy. So anyway, turns out he made a special Kirame bullet to freeze to freeze Marshmallow after seeing the tray of Marshmallow frozen solid and break up. So basically, with the special ice freezing Kirame bullet that Mayu made, he shot the special ice bullet at the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant, and it was able to freeze him enough was able to freeze him, but he was still able to move. But it made him solid. So basically, the icy Kirame bullet made the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant solid enough for the Kiramager's attack to do damage to him. So anyway, the Kirramagers took had the upper hand against the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant and whatnot. So anyway, it seems like things were going very well to the Kirramagers, and that's when Koanfa had enough energy to send the Mach Beast monster to Earth and start to attack the Kirramagers and whatnot. So anyway, Sato. So basically, Sato and Takemichi was dodging the giant Mach Beast monster's attacks because they were shooting rockets and shit at them and whatnot. So anyway, Takemichi is why are you forcing me to do this thing, to apologize to this woman, cause, and that's when Sato says because it's the right thing to do, and plus you're part of a team, so whatever problems you have will affect the team. So basically, Sato was explaining the reason why he was helping Takemichi, apologize to this girl that Takemichi hurt her feelings for 13 years ago, because your problem with this girl, your problem with this girl gave you a trauma against Marshmallow, so therefore your trauma is hurting the team. So basically, Takemichi is like, alright then. So anyway, Takemichi, after hearing Sato's reason why he was helping him, apologized for what he said to this girl Kimiko 30 years ago. He realized that I was kind of an asshole back then 30 years ago. I just realized that now. So anyway, that's when Takemichi got over his trauma against Marshmallows, and he told the other Kirramagers that I handled the Marshmallow Yonohan lieutenant while you guys deal with the Mach Beast monster. So anyway, so the other Kirramagers form Kiramager and deal with the Mach Beast monster while Takemichi morphed up and battled the Yonohan Marshmallow Marksman lieutenant. So anyway, So anyway, the Mark Beast had the upper hand against Kiramager, and that's when Jiro got an idea for the film of the new Kiramager stone that Jiro and Sato found earlier. So basically, he turned the new kid. So basically, he got out his drawing book and turned the new Kiramager stone into a mixed truck, into a cement truck that and call it mixed Zelen. So basically, he turned the new Kiramager stone into a using his imagination and turned it into a mixed truck and named it mixed Zelen. So basically, mixed Zelen with the help of the new Kiramager mixed Zelen, the Kiramager's got the upper hand against the Mark Beast monster. So basically, and that's when Jiro used his imagination again to come out with a weapon for mixed Zelen. So basically, mixed Zelen transformed into a giant gun combined with Kiramager, they was able to destroy combined with Kiramager, the mixed Zelen in his gun form, they was able to destroy the Mark Beast monster and save the city. As for Takemichi, he was able to destroy the Yodohan marksman Lieutenant Marshmallow at the same time. So at the same time that as the Kiramager was able to destroy the Mark Beast monster. So anyway, after they defeated the Mark Beast monster and the Yodohan Marshmallow Lieutenant, Takemichi got the chip. Make Adiko, and he said sorry for what I said 30 years ago. So basically, Adiko accepted Takemichi's apology, and asked him to hang out with her. So basically, and Takemichi said, to catch up and whatnot. So basically, Takemichi and Adiko went to talk, to catch up for what to catch up after 30 years. So anyway, the episode ended with the Kiramager looking at Takemichi set off with his with Adiko, watching him and Adiko catch up for what they've been doing for the last 30 years, and that's how the episode ended. So basically, this was a good episode. So basically, Takemichi, this was a good episode. So basically, this was a good. I think that Takemichi learned this episode had a very good lesson about, you need to be careful to what you say because it could hurt somebody's feelings. So basically, this was a good episode that had a good lesson to it. So anyway, like always, what do you guys feel about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, this is Michael. Sign off from School Reviews. Sign off. 1.